When Officer David Carter's daughter, Maya, was sent home from school wearing nothing but a diaper, he believed the teacher's arrest would finally bring justice for this cruel act of racism. But the community's reaction to the accusations against a respected white teacher left the Carter family stunned, revealing just how difficult it would be to seek justice in a system reluctant to act. Little did they know, this humiliating incident was only the tip of the iceberg. What they uncovered would expose the true monster that had been lurking behind the teacher's respected facade. But before we dive into this story, comment below where you're watching from today. And if you enjoy this tale with unexpected twists and moments of justice, don't forget to subscribe. The police station felt heavy with tension as David Carter sat with his wife Ava and daughter Maya in a small interview room. The events of the past few days bore deeply on all of them, evident in the dark circles under their eyes and the tension in their postures. Maya had just finished giving her full testimony about the incident at school with her abusive teacher, Mr. Calloway, who had taken her skirt and sent her home wearing only her diaper. As Maya recounted the humiliating experience, David felt a mixture of rage toward Calloway and guilt for not realizing sooner what his daughter had been enduring. He watched as Maya's small hands fidgeted nervously in her lap, her voice wavering at times as she spoke. Ava kept a comforting arm around their daughter's shoulders, offering quiet words of encouragement when Maya struggled to continue. When the interview was finally over, David knelt down in front of Maya and took her hands in his. The police station felt heavy with tension as David Carter sat with his wife Ava and daughter Maya in a small interview room. The events of the past few days bore deeply on all of them, evident in the dark circles under their eyes and the tension in their postures. Maya had just finished giving her full testimony about the incident at school with her abusive teacher, Mr. Calloway, who had taken her skirt and sent her home wearing only her diaper. As Maya recounted the humiliating experience, David felt a mixture of rage toward Calloway and guilt for not realizing sooner what his daughter had been enduring. He watched as Maya's small hands fidgeted nervously in her lap, her voice wavering at times as she spoke. Ava kept a comforting arm around their daughter's shoulders, offering quiet words of encouragement when Maya struggled to continue. When the interview was finally over, David knelt down in front of Maya and took her hands in his. "You did so well, sweetheart. I'm so proud of you for being brave and telling the truth." Maya gave a small nod, her eyes downcast. "Is it over now, Daddy? Can we go home?" David exchanged a glance with Ava before responding. "Yes, honey. Mommy's going to take you home now to rest. I need to stay here a little longer to finish some work, but I'll be home as soon as I can." As they stood to leave, David pulled Ava aside while Maya gathered her things. "The school is under police investigation now," he explained in a low voice. "They've requested full closure, and all learning has been moved online for the next 3 days." Ava nodded, processing the information. "That's probably for the best. Maya needs some time to recover from all this anyway." "I was thinking the same thing," David agreed. "If Maya wants to take a full week or even 2 weeks away from school, that should be fine. We can talk to her about it when I get home." They made their way out of the interview room and through the bustling station. As they approached the main entrance, one of David's fellow officers, Jack Thompson, approached them. "Hey Carter, I heard what happened. I'm so sorry you're going through this," Jack said, his expression sympathetic. "Listen, I'm about to head out on patrol. If you want, I can give Ava and Maya a ride home, save you from having to leave right now." David considered the offer for a moment before nodding gratefully. "That would be great. Thanks, Jack. I appreciate it." As Jack led Ava and Maya toward his patrol car, David knelt down once more to say goodbye to his daughter. He kissed her forehead gently, his heart aching at the lingering fear he saw in her eyes. "Get some rest, sweetheart. I'll be home as soon as I can, okay?" Maya nodded, managing a small smile. "Okay, Daddy. Be careful." David watched as they climbed into Jack's car, a mixture of emotions swirling within him. As the car pulled away, Ava caught his eye through the window, mouthing, "Be careful," with a worried expression. With a deep breath, David turned and entered the station, his mind already shifting gears to the investigation ahead. He made his way through the familiar corridors until he reached the office of his senior detective, Mark Lawson. Lawson looked up as David entered, his face grave. "Carter, come in. We need to talk about Calloway." David took a seat across from Lawson's desk, his body tense. "What's the situation?" Lawson leaned back in his chair with a sigh. He's been processed and interrogated, but he's not talking. He's demanding a lawyer. David's jaw clenched. "I want to see him." Lawson shook his head. "I don't think that's a good idea, Carter. You're too close to this case." "I can handle it," David insisted. "Maybe he'll say something if he sees me. I promise to keep myself calm." Lawson studied him for a long moment before reluctantly nodding. "All right, but I'm coming with you. We do this by the book. Understood?" David nodded, standing up. "Understood." They made their way to the holding cells, the air growing thicker with tension with each step. As they approached Calloway's cell, David could feel his heart rate increasing, his fists clenching involuntarily at his sides. Richard Calloway sat on the small cot in his detention cell, his posture relaxed despite his surroundings. When he saw David and Lawson approach, a smug smile spread across his face. "Well, well, Officer Carter, to what do I owe the pleasure?" Calloway's voice dripped with sarcasm. David took a deep breath, forcing himself to remain calm. "We need to talk about the drugs we found in your desk, Calloway. How long have you been using? Where did you get them?" Calloway's smile never faltered. "I've already told your colleagues I'm not saying anything without my lawyer present." David pressed on, ignoring the warning look from Lawson. "Those long lollipops are dangerous, especially in a school setting. You need to tell us where you got them." A glint appeared in Calloway's eyes, and he leaned forward slightly. "You know, I heard a sweet, innocent voice earlier. Was that little Maya? Such a shame she had to come here." David felt his blood begin to boil, but he forced himself to remain outwardly calm. "This isn't about Maya. This is about you and the drugs." Calloway chuckled, a sound that sent chills down David's spine. "Oh, but isn't it all about Maya? Sweet, innocent Maya in her little diaper." Though the teacher received only probation and a revocation of his teaching license, leaving the Carter family frustrated with the judicial system, they chose to channel their pain into action. They united as a family, focusing on Mia's emotional recovery and well-being, while David and Ava began advocating for systemic reforms in the education system to prevent similar incidents from happening again. Despite the challenges they faced, the family's resilience became a beacon of hope and a testament to the power of standing together against injustice.